Here we are. If you've made it this far in dry January, congratulations. I know for some of you it's been pretty tough. You do have a few days left, and maybe you're wondering, what do I do next? We have a special guest today, Geoffrey Ball, the Substance Use Disorder Outreach Program Director with the Harris Center. He's going to help us out. Mr. Geoffrey, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. I'm wonderful. So for folks who've been doing dry January, they're coming to the end. Should they be feeling different by now? Should they be feeling better?
It should feel better mentally and physically. So feeling better from dry January gives you the opportunity to look at yourself and say, hey, I did pretty good with this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it allows you to know what you're actually going through and why.
Is there a right or wrong decision? Is it different for everybody? What do we do now?
For everybody.
Okay.
It's different for everybody. So what you would do now, hopefully you took some journaling notes while you were going through dry January to analyze yourself, to help understand what you are actually going through. So when you do that, you can go back, read through these notes, and say to yourself, hey, what can I do different? I feel some mental clarity here. Maybe I need to stop drinking this much. Or why do I drink this much at all? You know, and when you really have that mental clarity and you want to be able to take care of yourself mentally and physically, and you feel that if you can't do it on your own, get some help. We're here at the Harris Center, we're here to help.
So throughout the year, maybe you have a drink on a weekend and then the next weekend, but those 7 days in between, it doesn't seem like it's long enough to give you an idea of what life without alcohol would be like. Is that kind of the idea of dry January? 4 weeks of this, you should really know?
Yeah, 4 weeks of dry January, you should really know. If you're drinking at least 4 drinks a day for a woman and 5 drinks a day for a man, you're drinking a lot. And if you're drinking at least 1 drink a day for a woman and 2 drinks a day for a man, you're in moderation, but at the same time, why is it that you feel as if you have to drink every day at all?
Yeah. For people that struggled this month, they said, well, I did it, but it was really difficult. What kind of advice would you give them? Because maybe they're nervous about going back to the old way.
Of course they're nervous about going back, but that's okay. Yeah. You know, when change is inevitable. So when you change, it's scary. And that fear drives you to want to do something different, but it also gives you this ambivalence. So how do you overcome the ambivalence? Well, you go in and, like you said, you journaling, you analyzing yourself, and if it was difficult, get you some help. We here at the Harris Center, we bridge gaps for mental health all the way up to substance use disorder.
Well, and I think what's interesting specifically with this substance use disorder outreach program, you pointed out that you want to address the physical aspects of substance use, but maybe just as importantly or more importantly, the mental aspects of it. Discuss that a little bit.
So when we screen our clients and they come in and they say they need help, we screen them for everything. We want to make sure that you're getting the wraparound services that you deserve. Not only that you need, but you deserve, because some people want to be able to address their mental health as well. So in saying that, we already know you have a substance use issue. So how do we get to understand where does it deviate from? So we get them to get analyzed or screened by our psychiatrists, and they can agree to be on medication management or not. But once they understand what their issues are mentally, then they can address those issues with the psychiatrist and then get help that way.
Is it hard for some of us to admit that maybe there is a problem? How hard is that first initial acceptance?
It's very hard.
Yeah.
People don't want to be stigmatized.
Right.
Yes, but at the same time, no one has to know what you're really going through. Keep it between you and your loved ones. Have these conversations, let people love on you. Have a 4-pillar system is what I call it.
Okay.
When we running around throughout life and we have doing these acrobats in life and we're up on that trapeze and we stumble, we need to have a safety net to catch us. And those 4 posts need to be tied up tight. Have your friend, have your family member, have your spiritual advisor, and have your sponsor.
Okay, beautiful. If someone did well and they say, hey, I made it, it was easy, great, I'm healthier, I'm going to go back to my old ways. Is that the smartest thing to do, or just the idea that we wanted to try dry January, maybe we think there's an issue?
If you tried it for a reason. Why did you try it?
Yeah.
And analyze that.
Okay.
Sit back and be honest with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror.
And if we can't find that answer, that's when we reach out.
That's when you reach out and you get help at the Harris Center.
And how do we find you guys at the Harris Center? What's the best way to reach out?
There's different ways.
Okay.
So the Harris Center, we have a 713-970-7000. That's our crisis line. Okay. If you're experiencing any type of suicidal ideation, 988. But if you have a substance use disorder, SUDOP. Substance Use Disorder Outreach Program, 713-970-7441.
And you said you work with clients as young as 14.
14 and up.
Which is unbelievable, but for
Yes.
parents or families out there that need help, you guys can jump in.
We're right there, and the parents can be with us.
That's
We're
incredible.
family.
Geoffrey Ball, great to meet you, sir.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for your
sir.
time.
I appreciate
Very
it, Dean.
inspiring talk.
Yeah, thank you very
Maybe I'll
much.
try February. I don't know. We're working on moderation. Geoffrey Ball, pardon me, with the
That's
Harris
okay.
Center.